And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to part 48 of Sonadow Play the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Joining me as per usual is my lovely girlfriend, IMShadow 007. Say hello, hun.
Hello!
Ah, good. Your Discord's working just fine this time.
Alright, and remember to turn on the music this time.
It already is on.
Yeah, I know.
Right, the trial.
Finally. Took forever to get this far.
Uh-oh.
Revolution!
So it would seem.
It's complete chaos outside.
Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. They look about ready to string us up if we lose. Trials here are pretty much like the ones back home, but with one major difference. The divination seance. The victim's final memories will become a matter of deliberation. I've heard about that, but they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in Khura'in. True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent. Well, I know Dirk is innocent, but I have one more big secret. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth no matter how it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. Dirk, what is that secret you're keeping?
Hey, AJ. Oh, that's a Dats.
Hey, AJ! Here you go, just like I promised.
Thank you. It's in safe hands now.
Thanks, Dats. Wait, weren't you arrested by the police yesterday? Yep, and I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, even a bed. What more can I ask for?
That actually sounds way better than we're staying.
Just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, we'll all probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act, too. Yeah, now you'd have said something to that effect. That witch Garan wants to take advantage of today to crush our revolution once and for all. The fate of the revolution and every Khura'inese person rests on this trial. We're counting on it, AJ. You know, no pressure.
Or anything, yeah.
We'll be fine. I'm going to win this one. You'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom. Right.
Here we go. All rise. Now sit on it.
Let the trial of Dirk Sadmati begin. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty. So it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuta. This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Khura'in and the assassination of the former Queen, Amaras Sigatar Khura'in. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sadmati? Prosecutor Sadmati? Yes, of course. Please proceed. What's with him? How very unlike you, Prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day? Not at all, Your Majesty.
Oh.
Are you really going to be able to go through with this, Nayuta? Well, Prosecutor Sadmati, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I've heard mention that you are the son of the accused, Dirk Sadmati. You have heard true. Does that fact pose some sort of problem, Your Majesty? Well, in reality, that would be biasness.
Yeah.
A father being prosecuted by his own son. Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings intervene? It's like how, I don't know about the US, but in Scotland, if you know the person that's on trial, you cannot stand in the jury.
Yeah.
Yes, without question.
Can you really handle that?
Even if it is prosecutor's son, might going against its own father is just...
How can the son of a criminal even be a prosecutor at this point?
Oh.
Hello.
No, that's one way to shut the court up. Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty. Isn't that right, Nayuda? I will not stop until my work here is done. See? So all you doubters just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity. The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, if Prosecutor Sadmati has no issue with this arrangement, then let us commence the deliberations.
Objection! Garan? One moment, if you would.
Your Eminence! Your Eminence? What brings you here?
Huh? Your Majesty, it would appear that Prosecutor Sadmati does indeed have some reservations.
No, that's not true.
Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nayuda Sadmahi? One should hold no reservations if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds.
I have none, Your Eminence.
No! It is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. Damn! We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown, Dirk Sadmahi, personally. But remain by your side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law.
Excuse me, but is the Queen going to prosecute the case? Is that, kosher?
There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned queen, we served as a prosecutor.
Really? As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecutor in charge of the Queen Amara assassination case 23 years ago was none other than Her Eminence, Queen Garan Sigatar Karayan. First Your Majesty and now this? Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? I've heard she served as a Minister of Justice, but she was also a prosecutor. I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to Justice Minister.
We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had won guilty verdicts in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us.
I am at a loss for words. To think I would once more bear witness to Her Eminence at work in the Hall of Justice.
Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might. Okay. She is totally not the villain, you guys.
Never have guessed.
What a magnificent sight!
I think we get to see it once more. What the f... Da-da-da-da-da-da.
What the do?
That's Queen Garan? Talk about an extreme makeover.
It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins. Woe to you, O enemies of Korain, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hog feed!
Huh, I think this is the first time you've been a prosecutor since the second game.
Yeah.
I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back to her polite remote makeover personality.
Why does she remind me of Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers?
Huh, a reference maybe?
Know this, lawyer.
Yes?
Now that I stand as a prosecutor, consider your defense's bench a headsman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now. Well, you still have a head with which to think, that is.
She's dead serious.
Now it is time for the divination seance. Rafa, come forth.
Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance?
Yes, let us proceed.
Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion. Your benevolence?
What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here. Well, can you blame her?
Do you really want her to go through seeing the last moments of her dead father?
A lot's
Really?
A lot's happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he'd been planning a coup. And today she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes. Yeah, that would be enough to shake anyone up. Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday.
She's a kid. She doesn't have to do this.
Yeah, she's only 14.
Yeah, don't make her do this.
Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed.
We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child, after all. Now, if he would excuse us.
Discipline? Coming from her? I don't like the sound of that at all. Wait. Garan didn't do something to her, did she?
Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this divination from protocol a part of your plan?
Prosecutor Sadmahi, would you care to explain your actions?
Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deemed no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case.
You and your bleeding heart. You seek to spare Rafa the trauma of witnessing her father's death. Is that why you have done this?
Not at all.
You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmahi.
That's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered. Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence, this case is blessed with a bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believe we could reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance.
You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery. Experiencing the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear.
Prosecutor Sadmahi, your Majesty. Can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance?
I can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand.
Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest?
We shall not. You fools spoil her with your feckless words of compassion. Listen well, Rafa. You have spoken time and time again about how grown up you are now. Yes, but... So, let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should? Yes. That's better. See? Problem solved.
This bitch.
I do not want to know what she did to her behind the scenes. Like, what has she done to her?
Poor Rafa. Is this really a good idea? I guess we'll see.
Very well. Let us begin the divination seance. Nina, my robe. Oh!
Looks like Naina's still missing. It's been a whole day already.
Barbed head.
Yes?
You remove my robe.
What? Why me?
Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin?
Great. I've been reduced to a royal robe remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Wright to be Naina's replacement. Oh, we didn't get an animation of him removing it?
Nope.
Very well. Your benevolence, please start when you are ready.
Come, Rafa. You know what must be done. There's no turning back now. I know.
The final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
And we can just skip.
I can't be the only one that thinks of SpongeBob when they see that, right?
It didn't work. Oh. I... Shit!
Your benevolence! What's wrong?
What do you think? This is unacceptable!
Oh, shut up, Chrysalis.
Bailiff, take her benevolence to the first aid station at once!
This is not good.
Talk about a fucking panic attack!
I know, right?
Your Eminence, do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly?
It seemed she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. Wow, what a caring mother you are! And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing.
I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year. Ever.
Thank you!
I mean, of course Rafa's going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child.
It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes. Let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness if you would.
Dirk.
What the fuck are those boots?
I know.
Is this not the accused?
It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution.
That seems uncharacteristically fair of her.
However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. And the heads will roll from their shoulders.
What? Should have known there was a catch.
Again, in what world would this be allowed?
It wouldn't be simple.
Exactly.
Your court, your rules. Same as it always was, I see, Garan. Now then, Mr. Dirk Sodmati, if you could enlighten us as to what happened. Well, I would, if I could.
You don't remember anything? That's just great.
I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I've no recollection of what happened in the interim. But I didn't kill him, at least, I don't think I did. It'd go against everything I believe in.
You seriously don't remember anything?
That didn't explain squat!
For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it.
Well, that certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sodmati. Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, Your Majesty.
Seriously, Dirk? This is no laughing matter. This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case only to fail miserably. How low can she go?
Also, I can just imagine Apollo with that line, "That doesn't explain shit."
That doesn't explain shit!
Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair.
Yes, Your Eminence. Show me the way.
Now then, will the defense please begin their cross-examination?
Press on the second statement.
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk?
Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing from before I came to. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son?
Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you.
Objection!
You called, Your Eminence?
Does she... Huh?
Just the guards?
Does she go anywhere without those goons?
Was there a third party in the tomb when you were securing it?
No, Your Eminence. We searched high and low, but found no one of the sort.
And there you have it.
Oh, right. They did search the place.
Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape.
That's right. No one got in or out without our knowledge. Her Eminence on-site directives were absolutely flawless.
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. What a waste of time!
How can it be any more obvious? Dirk must have been the killer! Thanks for nothing, gallery guy. As if our graves weren't already deep enough.
Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party?
Well, based on the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none.
You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk.
Let the accused statement be added to his testimony.
Very well. Mr. Sadmani, if you would.
It's like the more we press, the thinner our case gets. Well, let's keep pressing, and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too.
This is new.
The possibility of a third party being there in the tomb is probably non-existent.
Present the mysterious bloodstain.
Objection!
Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated, because I can show you how there might have been a third party in that tomb.
Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do so love a good fairy tale.
We did a luminol test at the crime scene, and we found a bloodstain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Fay were injured during the incident. The thing is, this bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone.
What's this? But who would have done such a thing?
That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood, and why? Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime.
Oh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong?
The bloodstain belongs to...
The real killer.
The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb.
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This too is a known fact.
Objection!
But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there.
Very well then. Tell me this. Where was this third party hiding?
Oh, the crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere no one would dare look. Somewhere no one would dare look.
Let's have your answer, defense. Now, where could a third party have hidden?
Oh, I don't know, the sarcophagus!
Yeah, it's literally pointing as soon as the arrow pops up.
Yeah.
There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be... inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time.
This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed!
But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus. True, the guards were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within the frigid confines.
Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture.
The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll just see who the real killer is.
Insolence!
That's new.
Yep. Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. Pick a god and pray. So your head may be parted from your shoulders.
Huh? But the trial's not even over.
Whoa!
Garon, use wind gust. It's super effective. How soon you forget. You are already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment.
All I did was request a DNA test.
There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now.
Here you are, Your Eminence.
The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed the blood is of the traitor Dirk Sudmahi.
What?
But Dirk wasn't injured! So where did his blood come from?
Maybe he coughed it up. Dirk's illness. Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? And did he wipe it up after he hid his failing... wipe it up to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad?
Oh, shoot. You got me.
Damn it. Pay attention, Horned Devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not? Did you or did you not make that claim of your own volition, Defense?
Yes, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is. Fell right into her trap.
Do you see now, the folly and the opposing, the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime. It's beyond the realm of possibility.
No!
Praise be for Queen Garon! Her Eminence's legal tactics are beyond compare!
I hate to say this, but she's really got us good.
The key to Amar's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place, though? What if the real killer's still in there? No, that's just ridiculous.
I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sudmahi, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt, has been betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
No.
No.
It can't be. Dirk would never.
There must be some kind of mistake.
The Defiant Dragons and her sympathizers are starting to have doubts. So this is why Garan allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she's effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him. True, but now we have an even bigger problem.
And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions.
Huh?
Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal Dirk Sudmahi.
What's this? You shall pass judgment. But, Your Eminence, is that not my role?
Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed. Damn! As Queen of Khura'in, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused. Guilty!
Wait! You didn't even give me a chance to rebut! Or rebut, whatever.
No, when you're defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion. Tell me, why should I allow these proceedings to continue? Come, convince me.
Quick, Apollo! Even if you have a bluff, we've got to keep this trial going. Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party. How am I supposed to do that? Oh, why don't you start with, how about the timing of Inga's murder? What? This whole case is built upon a single premise. That Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true? Like, if our assumptions are all wrong? It just might work.
Well, don't keep us waiting, defense.
Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there is another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Dirk entered the tomb?
What nonsense is this?
Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. The question before us is, when was Minister Inga really killed?
Before Dirk entered the tomb.
Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead?
That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable.
Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance.
Which means...
you wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime.
I see. Well, that certainly does make sense.
So far, so good. This might actually work.
Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with the distraction.
Yes!
Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on what exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now.
But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore?
I don't think so, dude.
Nope.
Screw this, I'm going back to running a railway. I hope you're feeling better, Your Benevolence.
Does she look better to you? Must I perform a divination seance?
What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time.
How could my testimony be of any value?
Your Benevolence?
Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed. After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Prosecutor Sunmahi, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday. Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her what the truth really was. Word is up to another mother to discipline her child.
I see. Be that as it may, Your Benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today, so there is no need to let it trouble you.
I know.
Garan told Rafa about something other than Amara's status? Sounds like it, but what could it be?
Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They say somehow they think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Yes, I am ready to testify.
Very well then, Your Benevolence. Your testimony, if you please.
This poor kid.
I know.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from the second-floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Then at about 2:45, I saw Barb head and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered about 2:30. Okay.
Your second-floor veranda. Oh, she must be talking about that house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father? And at about 2:30?
Yes. And shortly after that, you people arrive at the royal residence.
So after the minister entered Amara's tomb at around 2:30, no one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered.
The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband.
Or so she'd like us to believe.
Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me, for I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head.
Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness.
Press on the second statement.
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way?
Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing.
There was?
Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. After which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color.
He screamed and he was looking pale? What do you suppose happened?
I know not. Perhaps he had a bad dream.
Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the Queen.
It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm.
Sorry. That was rude of me.
Does the defense believe the witness's last statement to be important?
I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony.
My father let out a scream and came dashing out of his room, his face pale. Press!
Hold it!
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out?
I didn't see anyone else, just my father.
The last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her on this?
Press harshly.
Your benevolence. Let's have some details. The more, the better.
The details you say?
Yes. For example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or a no?
Forgive, foreign devil. I've been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then.
I think you've struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one. Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Please add that to your testimony, Your Benevolence.
I had been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2, but father was the only one I saw. Present Alby's statement.
Objection!
Your Benevolence. You're covering for someone, aren't you?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Rafa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2 p.m., his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fellow stole this hat from someone.
That's Nana's. I mean, nothing. Never mind. You fool of a daughter.
It seems the princess made a blunder. So let me get this straight. This is Nana's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2. If so, then you had to have seen Nana sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday.
Oh, no!
Please, Your Benevolence, tell us what you really saw.
It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nana. And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from the father's residence.
I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Because, my mother told me not to. Of course she did.
What? Would you care to explain, Your Eminence?
I requested she witness said information, for it is no relevance to this case.
Objection!
You don't get to decide.
If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand.
Oh, I will. Your Benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nana.
Alright. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nana, I ran to help. I raced from the second floor veranda down to the courtyard.
Wait. That means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard.
Yes, but only for a moment.
This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. Your Benevolence, are you sure no one else was there?
Oh, yes.
She's hiding something again. What about Nana? Were you able to help her?
When I got down to the courtyard, Nana was... She was gone.
Gone?
Yes, I never saw her again after that.
Any idea what happened?
The dingbat dog must have gobbled her up. Really?
I seriously doubt that. But how could Nana simply disappear while Rafa wasn't looking? Rafa must know something. The only question is what?
Where Nana disappeared to.
Do you have any idea where Nana disappeared to?
What do you mean?
Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just happens that Nana disappeared right at that moment.
No!
Wait, you think Nana had something to do with the murder? I don't think we can rule it out. It sounds like something that kept Nana occupied since the early morning. Plus, we've seen right before the murder that, and then seemed to vanish into thin air. You're right. And since she's Rafa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds. Could Rafa's attendant really be the killer? But that would mean...
First my father, now Nana? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be?
Objection!
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim that a third party is to blame for the crime. Nana did not enter the tomb, that much is certain.
How can you be sure?
When Nana's hat was stolen, that crazed curse spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Rafa? Yes, it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nana's hat, it tripped over the urn. The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. And if she had truly headed to the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way, yep. But the only shoe prints to be found belonged to my husband, Inga.
Huh? Then...
That's right. Nana never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters.
How do you know?
It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nana.
That's right. Edgerth and I did see some shoe prints in there.
Now, do you understand? Nana could not possibly have gone into the tomb. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination.
Another glorious deduction! All hail the genius that is her eminence, Queen Garan! Bow down to her glory, witless lawyer!
Oh yeah, hey.
Give me a break.
Could those guys fanboy any harder?
They're her simps.
But is it really true? Did Nana not go into the tomb? Excuse me, but... Mr. Wright? Your Benevolence, what time is it when that dog attacked Nana?
I believe it was about 2:15 p.m.
I see. Apollo, if Nana entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out at around 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then... I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream.
Would the defense please share the theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream?
Certainly, Your Majesty.
He was attacked by Nana.
Maybe he was attacked by Nana. This would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime.
Does your idiocy know no bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb. Or are you suggesting the body was moved?
Do I think the minister's body was moved from his private quarters? I think the possibility...
Doesn't matter which.
Considering the fact that the body was found in the tomb, I'd say there's a possibility.
What utter nonsense. Rafa had been watching the courtyard. Yet you would suggest that someone could have transported the body unnoticed?
You have a point there. In that case, I'd say there's no way that the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. I understand if the scream is in reaction to Naina's attack, but Inga died in the tomb. We need to explain how those two realities could coincide. How are we supposed to do that? Oh, maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations. What do you mean? It's just, let's look at this simply as possible. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Naina in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb.
I see. On the one hand, that seems plausible, but on the other hand, it seems decidedly implausible.
Prosecutor Sunmahi, what is that fool blabbing on about now? Is this riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem so fond of?
Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore him.
Objection!
I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would you? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous. So he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed.
My, are you suggesting that he ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back?
Well, you'd be amazed what adrenaline and shock can do, Your Majesty.
Exactly!
Well, yes, that's the gist of it. In short, Minister Inga saw Naina with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to her to flee. Right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, Your Majesty, does my theory hold water?
Such insolence!
How dare you bore me like this?
Huh?
You are a humorless moron spewing an endless stream of unamusing drivel.
I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence.
Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing.
Your Eminence.
Ha! Nayuda!
Your dull, slow-witted, putrid-minded lawyer. Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice that you had been stabbed in the back. But a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain.
Now, hold on!
He's like, not again!
Allow me to teach you the meaning of pain.
Ow!
Now, Yuta has a point. Normally, most people would notice a dagger in their back. But again, adrenaline and shock.
Exactly, like...
Ow! Yeah, I doubt someone could ignore pain like this. Again, you'd be amazed.
Mm-hmm.
Still, in this case, the word normally... It's the word normally that we should emphasize. Apollo, take another look at the court record. Right. There must be something that explains this. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain, and the defense will submit evidence proving just that.
Very well. Please present your evidence. Why didn't Justice Minister Inga notice that he'd been stabbed?
The painkiller shots. Remember they were for his back?
Yeah, but that seriously numb the feeling of a stab wound?
You'd be surprised.
Take that!
Those are my father's painkiller shots.
The defense will explain the significance of this evidence.
Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened.
What are they, morphine?
Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence.
You can't mean...
Minister Ingo was stabbed in the back, close to where he usually injects the painkiller. Therefore, it's entirely possible that he hadn't noticed that he'd been stabbed.
He wouldn't have felt a thing.
What's this? Then, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran off with a knife protruding from his back?
I am, Your Majesty.
So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him? I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well.
Yes, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep you didn't notice it under the cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Nena in his private quarters.
Well, Kunka!
Holy mother of Karai! Are we dealing with the living dead here?
Well, technically he wasn't dead yet. I know it's hard to believe, but this is a plausible sequence of events. And once Minister Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss. Never removed the knife.
No! Nena killed my father? There must be some mistake.
The defense would like to call Nena to the stand.
Objection!
You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever?
Well, there's no real proof, but
What a tangled web of expedient lies you weave. Says the spider lady. I can no longer tell fact from fiction.
oh, just like the real world.
Who or what shall I believe in now?
I'm sorry, Rafa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaking suspicion Nena's involved in this case one way or another. Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open. Well, there's no turning back now.
You fool of a lawyer. I know why you are so desperate to prove the accused innocent.
You do?
Yes, because he faces public execution if you've proven guilty. And shall you, under the stipulations of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives.
No. The simple fact is I've always believed that Dirk is innocent.
Bah! Still you cling to your pretense? Very well. I shall offer you a bargain. If you would admit the accused is guilty right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of abetting him, and you will not be subject to execution.
Is this some sort of joke?
Far from it. As Queen, I have the power to grant pardons, even to criminals like you. And with that weave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Dirk, should you be willing to cooperate.
She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in our faces like that? That's just wrong.
Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer?
If I don't take this deal, we'll be executed along with Dirk if he's found guilty. What should I do?
Continue the defense.
Nice try, Garan, but it looks like you don't know what justice is made of. We won't kowtow to threats like that, Your Eminence. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so... Don't worry, I'm with you, Apollo, to the bitter end if need be. And while I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo.
If I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. So keep on fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objections from me.
You nincompoops!
Suddenly we're in the Three Stooges.
You'll die if you lose this case. How would you even entertain the notion of continuing?
I believe that Dirk is innocent, that's why. And besides, trials exist to give the truth a chance to get out into the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment.
Even if that punishment is death? Does that not frighten you, Hornhead?
Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it. Makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that.
A duty you're willing to die for? And yet, I...
Duty. It's a heavy burden, all right. Rafa looks like she's really struggling.
Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm ever even up to the task.
But it's no surprise, considering the torrent of painful truth she had to face.
Very well, then. If the defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, then I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt.
Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspect.
Do we have anything like that?
Well, lawyer, do you have any new evidence you would care to present? Or shall I have the executioner start his preparations?
If she thinks I can't do this, she's got another thing coming. But first, I have some serious thinking to do. I'd say the new evidence indicating a different suspect
Does not exist.
Such evidence does not exist.
Just as I thought. I was hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head.
Glad I didn't walk headfirst into that one, then. So what now, Apollo? Well, unless we can prove that Nana killed Inga, this trial is over, and so are we. Isn't there still a way to get the proof that we need? Even without evidence? You know, a key means of obtaining testimony here in Khura'in? Wait, are you actually suggesting... It certainly won't be easy, but it's worth a try. Your Majesty. A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind this case is yet to be taken in this trial. But I'm positive that I can back up our claim with this one step.
You mean you will be able to prove that Nana killed Justice Minister Inga? And just how do you propose to do that?
With the help of a certain someone.
You need help?
From someone?
Well, I can't imagine who it could be. But I suppose I must ask. Whose help do you need to uncover the truth?
Rafa.
Take that!
But that is...
Me?
Here in Khura'in, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments. But that requires your benevolence's help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence. If you're right about this, Rafa's power should enable her to see the very moment Nana stabbed Inga. It will be hard to watch your father's murder. but it's the only way to uncover the truth. Your benevolence. We need you and your power.
You need me?
Objection!
Wretched simpleton. Did you not see what they ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time, or is it your goal to make her collapse again?
Objection!
The princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now.
Am I prepared? Prepared to fulfill my duty?
Isn't the divination seance required at all trials anyway? If so, I imagine there'd be a problem with handing down a verdict without one.
Indeed. It would be problematic. Under Karaini's law, a seance must be conducted before a verdict can be rendered.
Such insolence!
Yikes!
Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall.
Huh?
As ruling sovereign of Karain, I proclaim the following. Hey!
She's writing with her nail.
Come on! Henceforth, the divination seance shall be optional. You can't do that!
What? She has the power to do that? Yeah, thank God King Charles doesn't have that kind of power. She just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand.
Any kingdom who do that, the United Nations would flip their lid.
Saudi Arabia?
Even so. My mother, I do not wish for the trial to end like this. The defense said, I must not neglect my duties simply because I'm afraid. I shall go through this time. I will conduct the seance once more. Yeah, you tell him. Rafa, do not be fooled by this lawyerly guile. You are not prepared to witness your father's death. But Hornhead needs my help. Rafa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? For despite your grandiose posturing, you collapsed in the most piteous fashion. Ugh. Even worse, you have erred in your insights of late. For us not the barbed one that there overturned them more than once. Oh. You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So I say to you, be gone! The Sacred Hall of Justice has no need for such a worthless royal priestess. Worthless? Wow.
Wow. How could she say that to her own daughter?
So, Mother, you think me worthless?
Objection!
Her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? So I don't see why you have to condemn her before she's even made the attempt.
Very well, horned devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give my consent.
Really?
However, should Rafa fail once more, you two and the accused shall be executed on the spot. Her own daughter?
Come again?
This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated. Well, lawyer, what say you? Will you wager your life and call on Rafa to perform a David seance? Call on her!
I don't think you're worthless, your benevolence. Far from it, in fact. If you say you can do it, then I believe in you.
Hornhead? I do not understand. If I fail, you will be put to death. So will you!
I know you collapsed during your previous attempt. I can't even imagine how terrible it must have been for you. But despite that, you are willing to try again. I have faith in that conviction, in that courage.
My courage?
Ah, so she was doomed to fail if she didn't have the courage to perform the seance. But it looks like she's got the determination to try again. Right, and that's a bet I'm willing to take.
But... as his mother said, I've erred in my insights as of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say you believe in me?
Objection!
I wouldn't take stock in those words, Your Benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you've made any errors at all.
Huh?
In the trials I've been part of here in Khura'in, I would have never proven my client's innocence without your seances. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insight they provided served as vital leads to finding the truth.
Vital leads? My seances?
So please, Your Benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time.
Objection!
Fuck off! Rafa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill-prepared to face your father's death. Go, leave this sacred hall at once. No. What did you say? I said no, Mother! For I am the royal priestess of Khura'in. I have no need for you now. Even if you do not need me, Mother. Hornhead and this Hall of Justice do. He proved that to me by risking his own life. It is because of him that I now understand. The divination seance is my sacred duty. I must fulfill it no matter the risk. That a girl.
Your Benevolence.
Mother taught me the divination seance was a mirror reflecting naught but the truth. But I began to have my doubts after Barb had disproved the insights it offered. And now, I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, even Nana. I believe them all above others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. The royal priestess must debate each seance with each presiding lawyer and prosecutor. So that it can be interpreted properly. That is how I believe trials in Khura'in should function. Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trial towards the truth. That is my sacred duty, and I will never shirk from it again. She's smiling!
That's right. That's right there, Your Benevolence. That right there, Your Benevolence, is the product of what you've learned in your struggles so far. The truth that you realized with your own strength.
As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through.
Your Eminence, the Royal Priestess says she will conduct the divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it. Unless, of course, you're worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient.
Damn! Mother, I am done letting you have your way. That a girl. Rafa, you would actually rebel against me, your mother and queen? Though I am scared to see my father's death. I must face my fear. That is what Horhen has taught me here today.
Rafa.
I
Here we
am
go.
the royal priestess Rafa Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Your Eminence. It seems the princess is more grown up than you thought.
Rafa.
Well then, let us proceed with the divination seance.
The victim's final moments. This should be interesting. I wonder what Inga's memories are going to show us.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Now we earned this dance. I get chills every time. Here we go!
Ooh.
His face is blurred.
That's weird. The scout called, he wants his gun back.
What in the...
A faceless being!
What the hell? His face. It's just like... that picture of the founder.
That changes things.
I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see. Or not see.
Well, Father, what was it? What was it you saw?
Are we to understand that this was the last thing the victim saw?
Yes, there can be no mistake. That was what my father himself witnessed.
How very strange. You don't suppose the Holy Mother possessed the accused and slew Minister Inga for planning a coup?
The divine wrath of the Holy Mother?
Talk about a sharp left turn into the Twilight Zone. You know, there's one thing in there that's caught my attention. That laugh. Who does it belong to, and why are they laughing?
Who knows? Though I suppose it could be Dirk after he slew my husband.
Uh-huh. But that figure didn't even have a mouth.
I think we're done here, lawyer.
How so?
You claim that Minister Inga was stabbed in his private quarters. And feeling no pain, went to the tomb where he eventually fell dead. But this seance vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and felt great pain, no less.
Oh, that.
Maybe the effect wore off? Therefore, as I assert all along, it was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb!
Everything just backfired big time. Wow. Garan has a devil's own luck, doesn't she?
Now then, I shall give my voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother.
Yeah, grape juice.
Which is funny, that's the creator's favorite drink. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot the attacker, but he missed and the attacker let out a laugh.
Yes, like Stewie says in the chat, very fermented grape juice.
Yeah.
So, what now, Mr. Wright? It's up to us to knock holes in Rafa's interpretations of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that our understanding of them could be mistaken. Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay. On the third statement, third panel, third panel, select the man's voice sound.
Objection!
Your benevolence, there seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation.
An inconsistency? Where?
Minister Inga is far too relaxed for what is supposedly about to take place. When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder.
But if you look at the photo, he had a cell phone with him. He was on the phone.
That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive with the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind?
Then whose voice was it?
It was likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Someone like a friend.
Objection!
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime.
Who voices Garan? Because that objection is powerful.
Yeah. Therefore, the voice can only belong to Dirk.
The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Apollo, don't we have something that could reveal the owner of the mystery voice? You know, I think we do. Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dirk. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. I believe we can identify the male voice Minister Inga heard with this.
The tomb crime photo.
Take that!
That's my father's...
I know this must be hard for you, but could you please look at this photo? There's something here that can point us towards the identity of the voice.
See? His phone.
This is the real source of the man's voice. A flip phone in 2028.
A cell phone?
Right. I believe that the voice the minister heard was a call on this cell phone.
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. Was it Your Eminence's view on the... What is Your Eminence's view on the matter?
I can see the possibility. Then it seems I must refine my vision. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates.
Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them, then?
My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Your Benevolence, I believe you have an insight to revise?
I know, Barbed Head. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. Okay.
So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. But there might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds like that could be clues. Sounds that could be clues. Let's take another look at Rafa's insights and really focus on the various sensations. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now.
Third statement again. Third panel again. Select the lion's roar. Wait for it. Wait for it. Select the lion's roar. There!
Objection!
It was the warbod cry. It was the bird.
I hate to break it to you, Your Benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again.
What do you mean? Again.
Smooth mood, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on. Let me rephrase that, Your Benevolence. Your interpretations of your father's phone call to his subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with his final memory.
What do you mean by that?
A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claimed the call was with someone at the palace. But let me ask you, do you keep lions there?
No, the only animal at the palace are the little birds and my pet frog.
She has a pet
And
frog?
and the warbod?
Wait, that giant one in front of the minister's house is her pet?
Oh, God. Besides, there aren't any lions in Karayan. They don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. No! Not the zoos!
Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. The lion's roars coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in...
The bazaar.
Isn't that the cry of the warbod over in the bazaar?
Ah!
Your Benevolence, do you think you can clarify the voice for me?
Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. What's this?
Just as I suspected. It was the call of a warbot. That means the subordinate Minister Ingo was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace.
But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have?
She's right. Is it important to know where the call was made from?
It's very important.
It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot.
But... I can't think of no other item that makes a noise in that area.
Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Tell Rafa the real source of that sound. Will do.
Well, Hornhead, I'm waiting. What was the true source of that explosive sound? Present Albie's statement.
Take that!
What is that?
It's Albie, your guide's statement. In it, he claims that That's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar.
Then...
Yes, the sound you hear over the phone was a firecracker exploding.
And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do you explain that?
Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged?
Huh. No, I have none.
Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could that laugh at the end have been... No! It can't be!
Yep.
Oh, it can, and it is. The laugh came from none other than... the Joker who got a kick out of Starling Albie with his dragon snot snaps. Try saying that 3 times fast.
That's a rebel!
The happy-go-lucky That's a rebel.
God damn it! What?
Someone should really put a leash on that guy.
He's the Larry Butts of the game, I swear.
He is. He even looks like Larry.
Yeah.
I shudder to think how one man could be the cause of so much trouble.
Hey there, AJ, PW. Y'all can thank me later.
No one asked for your commentary, Mr. Rebel. Your benevolence, do you need to revise your insight?
It would appear so. Okay. Next. Okay. All right.
Well, this changes everything. Let's go over the details of Rafa's insight again. Okay. I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency.
All right. First statement, 5th frame. So, statement stay there. Go to the 5th frame. Wait for the explosion. Wait for explosion. Pause!
Objection!
Your benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight.
There is?
You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know where that source of that loud bang is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence.
I suppose I have to ask the obvious here. What evidence conflicts with the claim that the murder occurred at 3 p.m.?
Albie's statement again.
This piece of paper is proving very useful.
Yeah.
I'll be your guide's statement. Again? Ah, the developers were lazy here.
Yes, because to summarize what he said, at around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard.
It's true.
Around 2 p.m.?
That's right. 2 p.m. Not 3 p.m.
Are you suggesting
Oh, she's pissed.
she mad?
I think you know where I'm going with this. That's his laugh, the cry of the warbot, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Alby's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp in all those sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought.
Uh-huh. Dare I ask?
It means the murder took place a full hour before Dirk entered the tomb.
Ogunga! How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, have been mistaken?
How are those nails not snapping on that desk? Never mind.
The timing.
Now you see why justice will always prevail. By the way, I didn't plan that. I haven't played this game properly in like 10 years. I forgot her nails snapped.
My God.
Peace! Peace, I say! Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. How do you explain that?
I wouldn't say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face.
Ah, you are absolutely right. Without a face, we can't be certain of who it was, though it's pretty obvious who it was. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Furthermore, need I remind you that if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright, which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him.
So then, what are we to make of this 1 hour difference?
Wait, 2 o'clock? That's when... My mother was performing the riot channeling.
Oh, there you are. Thought you'd fallen asleep.
Yeah, there you are.
The palace guards had all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rite. Don't tell me.
The royal residence would have been virtually unguarded.
That's totally not dangerous. Which means the real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Amara's tomb.
Defense, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accused?
That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty.
Objection!
Preposterous. Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. That the face did not appear at the time was mere happenstance. Had it appeared, subterfuge would have been clear as day. He's got a point there. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. The question is, why? Apollo. Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold, because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision. What? It's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes and stand square in front of Inga, precisely because they knew they could get away with it. But how could anyone be so sure of something like that? A long time ago, I heard of a cognitive disorder that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Then, are you saying that that is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes. We can't normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case, we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appeared to him in life.
Which is real.
Yeah. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. They could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dirk. But if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Really.
Well, defense, do you have anything to show to this court?
Yes, I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look into the evidence over again.
What explains why the face of Minister Inga's killer is absent in his seance vision?
Inga's notepad.
Take that!
A notepad?
Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room, and it holds the answer we're looking for.
Oh.
As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics.
And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How?
The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw the killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him.
What's this?
I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being, and why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics.
Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to recognize even me.
Your Eminence, you knew that your husband has such a disorder, didn't you?
He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there's no use keeping it quiet about it now. It is as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. So Mr. Wright was right.
The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There is precedent for this.
So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right. So there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance and aware of Inga's affliction. Your Eminence, who knew about your husband's condition?
A small number of servants who attended to his needs. And me. Surely you are not about to insinuate that I committed this crime? Well, when you say it like that...
Oh, no, Your Eminence. Still, could she have done it? Garan has an alibi, remember? Oh, right. She was conducting the rite of channeling at 2 p.m. In that case... Your Eminence, does Nana know about Minister Inga's disorder?
Of course she does. She is our head servant.
So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition. And as the princess's personal attendant, she's familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would.
You witless lawyer. How quick you are to forget the facts.
Facts like...
When Inga was last seen alive. You claim he was slain at 2, yet that is impossible. For Rafa saw him at 2:30.
We did completely forget about that. No, there must be some mistake.
So you see, the murder could have only happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dirks entered the tomb. There's no other answer to his puzzle.
Why did we ever get to make up answers like Garan makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. Where did we go wrong? I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except for Inga's sighting at 2:30. I see. And without the final puzzle piece, all our deductions fall apart. Apollo, if Inga's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture. Time to think outside the box then, right? Let's see. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. But what if there was a way to make people think he was alive even though he was dead? Like a way to make people witness the living dead?
Yeah, you are in the kingdom of Karain. Hello?
Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things that don't happen in real life. Ah. Apollo, did you just... I did! I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead.
Duh!
Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading into the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how.
I certainly hope you will, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Minister Inga, her benevolence saw was, in fact,
Someone channeling him.
it was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence.
Channeled, you say?
That's right. And there are only 2 people capable of spirit channeling here in Karain. Her Eminence Queen Garan and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling the minister.
It would seem that you are ever bent on making me a party to this crime. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen?
Eminence. I believe you had completed the channeling rite and were having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. Ayuda has to keep up with her schedule too. What doesn't she make him do? Then that leaves only Maya. Yeah, it does. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power towards nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her.
That cannot be!
So then, Inga's scream. That was probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died. So Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet thinking he just had a nightmare. Then realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange. He raced off to Amara's tomb, not even realized he was already dead.
Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running. Using the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a crime. How could this be?
The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand.
How can this be, Judge? Game 2.
Well, Your Eminence, will you allow a new witness?
It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. And Game 3. He will notice how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments.
Insult me all you want, witch. But you'll be eating those words when I expose the truth.
Insult me all you want, bitch.
Very well. Let us adjourn until the next witness is ready.
So now it's Maya's turn to testify.
This girl cannot catch a break.
I know. She's like, I've already been accused of murder twice. I've not been kidnapped, and now you want me to testify?
Oh, man. Yeah, I genuinely forgot her nails broke on the desk.
Yep, she's got acrylic nails.
Oh, man.
This case is insane.
Even by Ace Attorney standards, it's insane.
I know. Oh god, Wolf Jarl. Nick, let me out!
No.
Why not?
Because every time you get accused of murder and I can't, I'm having an aneurysm.
Oh god.
Anyway.
No, that was fun.
So if that was at 2 p.m., then was that really Dirk?
Yeah. Was it really him?
Time will tell.
Only one way to find out in 2 weeks from now.
Yep. Anything to say before we step off?
Nope, I'm good.
Alright folks, thanks for tuning in, and see you next week for more of sunny Los Santos and GTA 5.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.